Welcome to the Growth Hack channel. This is Hajar. I am going to be talking to you guys today about what are the most important 7 key factors for you to consider when you first get your property or your next property. It's very vital for you to make sure that you get your things right and you set up your business so that it will be profitable. Where it could be that you are right now somewhere in this area where you wake up every morning, you don't know how to start in property, you don't have the right knowledge, you don't know what to do, you're feeling lost and confused. You want to jump into the property ladder, but you just don't know how. Where you actually want to be is somewhere where you wake up every morning, you see that money is coming into your account passively, you see that you're surrounding yourself by the right people, you know what you're doing, you're doing your numbers right, and you are just smashing the market. If that's where you are right now and this is where you want to be, you would actually need to know exactly how to do this step by step. And in this video, this is exactly what we're going to be touching base on. Well, without any further ado, I think there are 7 points that really make it crucial for you to have a successful business in property. So let's jump into it. Number 1 is location. Location is a key factor. It's very important to get this right, because having the right house in the wrong location, this is going to be costing you loads of mistake. And what we mean by location is it's an area that you're going to be operating in. Preferably somewhere where not far from where you live, so it's easy for you when you first start to do the back and forth. So when we say consider the location, we're talking about something that's close to transport, a place where it's accessible to schools or hospitals or universities or attraction centers. It could be, so whichever your exit strategy is, will determine what type of or what location you need to be looking at. For instance, let's say you want to have a property for serviced accommodation. You are going to be looking at a place that's close to the city center, that's very accessible via transport link. It's a walk to a lot of amenities like restaurants, pubs, attractions, museums, theaters, stadiums. So something that's close by in that area, because you know exactly who you're going to be hosting. So the area is a crucial point for you to be having a profitable business. And another example, if you decide to do HMO with the property that you want to acquire, making sure that it's close to hospitals, schools, universities. So something that people, professionals or students would love to live in, where they're sharing the communal areas and they each have their own rooms. So this is going to be for people who are going to be there for a long period of time, who are going to stay there and use the address as their residential address. However, they're going to be sharing the communal areas. So whichever your exit strategy is, will determine what type of location or what location you need to invest in. Number 2, property condition. Assessing the property condition is crucial. Knowing whether your property needs renovation, how much it's going to be costing you in refurbishment. Does it actually need furnishing? Do we need to add an extra bathroom? Do we need an extension maybe to make the lounge a little bit bigger? What does your property actually need for you to have a profitable business? This is crucial because not knowing your numbers beforehand can cost you very huge mistakes. So knowing your numbers right from the beginning will avoid you having the wrong figures and what's the total cost of investment or what's the capital that you will have to put in. And this will make sure you have the right figures in the end. So making sure you're assessing the condition of the property is crucial. Number 3, what's happening in the market? Assessing the demand. Making sure you know exactly what's happening in the market is important for you to understand how to invest. Is the market saturated? Do we have a lot of tenants that need housing immediately? Are landlords confused whether they want to sell? What's happening with the market? Is inflation affecting the property market? So knowing exactly and having the right knowledge, keeping up to date with what's happening in the market, knowing what the demand versus the supply is important so that you know how to invest and what strategy you need to actually invest in. We're going to talk about this in a few bits. So understanding the market properly will bring me to my next point, where you actually need to know how and what strategy, or what exit strategy you need to invest in. Number 4, property strategy. This is the most important point among all 7 of them. Well, it's crucial that you know what property strategy you want to follow. Do you want to do purchase lease options, rent to rent, serviced accommodations, HMOs? Do you want to do flips, which is also called BRRs? Do you want to do commercial conversion or developments? So assessing what property strategy you want to do, making sure you know exactly what exit you want, how much money you want to have in return, how long of a period of time do you want to own? Do you just want to test the market? Do you want to develop? Do you want to hold? Do you actually not want to keep properties for too long? You just flip them. So knowing exactly what you want to do is important. If you are someone who doesn't have a lot of investment and you really want to start jumping into the property ladder at a very beginner friendly cost or very beginner friendly situation, you can try it with a strategy called rent to rent, which is something that I've tried myself. It's something that I've started when I first started in property in 2019-ish. That's the first strategy I used, and then I worked my way up. So it's a good strategy. The market is not saturated. You can try it out. You can learn. You have a feel of the market. You build relationships, and you can start seeing return instantly, where you are using someone else's asset and generating a high cash flowing income. So rent to rent is where you actually take a property on a single let and you rent it out from the landlord. You give him guaranteed rent every single month, and with their permission, you go rent it out on a HMO, use a serviced accommodation, and make sure, while assessing the area, the location, you use the right strategy. If you want to buy in the future, you can just agree to buy the property in 5, 7, 9 years, agree on a price right now, and that's called a purchase lease option. If you have a bit of money in the bank, why not try BRRs, which is where you buy, refurbish, refinance, or you buy, refurbish, resell. You can also try developments, commercial conversions. So these are strategies that are a little bit higher up. I would say if you are a beginner, do not jump into commercial conversion straight away or developments. Make sure you know exactly what you're doing, and then because the smallest or the slightest mistake can be very costly. So knowing how much you want, who you have to work with, what you're doing, the know-how is very crucial. So knowing exactly what strategy you want to adopt is important. Number 5 is about the landlord, the property owner. Well, if you are doing a purchase lease option, or if you're doing let's say a rent to rent deal, it's important to build that relationship. Even if you're buying off someone, you're building that relationship so you can have the best deal. You can know exactly what's happening in the property. You can know the history. Building that relationship is important, and it will bring you more business. Since I started my business in property, I made sure I'm building the right relationship with my landlords, because they are the ones who are going to be working with me on the long-term basis, and building a relationship on solid terms will make sure that they bring you more business. So from one landlord alone, I actually have more than 26 properties. From another landlord, I have more than 10 properties, which is good because whenever a property comes in the market, guess who they call first? So because I've built a good and solid relationship with them, I am their first point of contact. So making sure that you build that solid relationship is amazing. Even if you want to buy a property, make sure you're building that good relationship so that you have a profitable business, so you have a good history with a property. Number 6, well, it's all about knowing your financing options. So how are you going to be funding the deals? Are you going to be using your own money? Are you going to be using an investor fund? Are you using a loan? making sure you know exactly how much you need in the deal and how much return you're going to be expecting. Also, how much the renovations are going to cost. So what's the total capital I'm putting in a deal and what I'm expecting in return over how long and what period of time. Knowing your numbers, knowing you're doing the right analysis, doing the right due diligence will avoid you making the financial errors, which no one would like. Yeah, even you might find yourself in a situation where if you have not factored all the costs, it might cost you quite a lot. We don't want that. Last but not least, number 7, we're coming to the property manager. So are you managing it to yourself? Are you giving it to someone else to manage? Do you have a power team? Do you have cleaners? Do you have handymen? Do you have electricians, plumbers, locksmith? Guess what? Things always do happen. So you might need a team, a book where you have access to all these. And there are so many people available in your local area that you can always get through. So having like a power team book, someone you can reach out to every time you need them, is important, it's crucial, and it's necessary to the success of your business. Build that relationship with these people so that they can provide you with the best prices, especially the cleaners. You always need cleaners. If you're running a serviced accommodation business, you need a cleaner every changeover, and you need someone who's going to know the property inside out. So whenever there's something missing, whenever there's an odd and awkward thing in the house, they can report to you. If you keep changing your power team, they might not be as reliable and they might not know much about your business. So keep using the same people. It's amazing. I personally have employed on a full-time basis. We have cleaners, in-house cleaning team. So they know most of our properties and they know exactly what to do, what's going on in the houses, and they also act as being our eyes inside the property. So we don't really have to worry about it much. Well, I hope these 7 steps have helped you, because they have helped my business grow massively. I made sure that I've literally spoke to you about everything that I use in my business. If you want to know more, make sure you click on the subscribe button. We have a video that's coming out every single week. We also have a podcast where we bring the best of people. So make sure you give us a subscribe, comment in the comment section down below. What do you think I have missed? What do you think would be important for me to add next time? Okay, what have you done in your business to have a successful business, and what do you think you're lacking? Also follow us on all our social media. We are everywhere. It's Hajer Beyaz, just like it's written here down below. Well, if you need more help, we also have some booklets. If you click on the link down below, you can download a free ebook that's going to be about HMO and serviced accommodation. So click on the link down below, and in the next few minutes you will receive it in your inbox. Until the next episode, do not forget to live your best life.